Well, good morning. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm excited to be here with you to talk a little bit about Kuvera and our Getting Started program. You know, as you guys know, we've been working hard on developing a 30-day game plan. The key to success in network marketing is following a proven plan of success, and we are working very hard behind the scenes to develop some tools and resources that are going to certainly help all of us when it comes to bringing in new team members and getting everyone on the same page. You know, I think that the key to duplication is just simplicity. And, you know, I always give an analogy that if we had, let's just say we had a bunch of people that were all in a pool and everybody was going in a different direction, what would happen is you would create a lot of, waves in the pool, a lot of splashes in the pool. But if we could get everybody going in the same direction around the outside of that pool, pretty soon what would happen is you'd start to create a little bit of a whirlpool effect. And eventually, you'd start to create some momentum. And as John Maxwell refers to momentum, he refers to it as the great exaggerator. It amplifies everything. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. And so the objective really is to get everybody on the same page, speaking the same language, starting the team members the exact same way. And that's really the whole point of this training, and we're going to continue to do this every single Saturday. This will also be a resource that's in our on-demand library that you can share with all of the new team members that are coming on board. We've had a lot of people that have joined us over the last few weeks. I want to welcome you to our Crypto Club community. It's an exciting time. Some great things that are happening in the organization. The business is expanding around the world, and we're seeing a lot of success here internally within the group. So we're excited to have you on board. So the first thing that I want to talk about today is I want to talk about your why. You know, when you joined the business, obviously there's a reason why you were here, but what I want you to understand is that this is a business. And if you want to be successful in this business, you have to treat it like a business. And I can promise you that there's going to be some challenging days ahead. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's one of the hardest things that you'll ever do in the world. And if you want to be successful at it, you've got to have a strong enough why that will pull you through some of those challenging days. Mama said there'd be good days and bad days, right? And so, the first thing that I would encourage you to do, step number one, is I want you to begin with why. And I want you to ask yourself a couple of key questions. And I want everybody to go through this process. I want you to write these questions down, and I want you to think about these questions and really internalize them over the course of the next 24 hours and get really specific on what it is. The question number one is, what is it that you really want? You wouldn't wake up in the morning and grab your car keys and just start driving without knowing where you're headed, but that's how most people live their lives. So the question that I would ask you is, what is it that you want? What is it that you're truly after? I mean, certainly, everybody would love to have maybe a nicer car or a nicer house, but I'm talking about real specific. What is it that you want exactly? And here's question number two that'll help you internalize that a little bit more. What will it give you that you don't already have? What will it give you that you don't already have? For me, I'll tell you what my why is. My why is I want time freedom and I want peace of mind. Those are the two things that I'm after. I have 6 children, and I want to be able to enjoy their lives. I want to be able to be a part of their lives. I want to be able to, I don't want to be gone. I don't want to be at a job all the time. I enjoy being able to be at home and, watch my kids as they go to school in the morning. I can take them to school. I'm home when they get home from school. I love that my little boy Legend runs out when he wakes up in the morning still in his pajamas, and I'm sitting there in the office. I love that. That's my why. Some other things, my why. I love to be able to, I love helping my family. I love being able to be in a position where I can make a difference for my family. I kind of like to be the patriarch of the family, if you will, and help people that are in need. Those are things that are important to me. For me, it's about being able to lay my head down on the pillow at night and just not have that stress. Every one of us knows somebody that's going to go to bed tonight saying a prayer, asking for financial solutions. And I've been there, and there's nothing worse than going to bed at night and just running through your head over and over again how you're going to pay for this bill or that bill. And so for me, it's really about having that peace of mind. I don't think that you can put a price tag on peace of mind. So those are some of my whys. I could keep going on, but I would encourage you to take some time to define what your why is. Write it out. Get real specific about it. What is it that it'll give you that you don't already have? One thing that you have to realize is working hard for something that you don't really care about is called stress. But working hard for something that you love is called passion. So if you don't really understand why you're doing what you're doing, then it is going to feel stressful, because there are going to be some things inside of this business that are going to force you to step outside of your comfort level. That's where we grow the most. And if you don't have a compelling enough why, the moment that you face rejection, or somebody challenges your belief system, or somebody quits the business, or any of these things that are going to happen as you continue to move forward to become a network marketing professional, if you don't have a strong enough why, if you don't, the why is kind of like the foundational root system of the tree, right? You don't see it, but it's there. And if you don't have a strong enough why, that first time that storm comes along, it'll just blow that storm right over. Shannon Summers says that she wants to pay my parents' bills. I want them to love the rest of their life, knowing that I'm safe and well provided for, to live, not love. Shannon, I love that. And I totally relate to that. My mother-in-law is in her 60s, and she still works so hard. She travels on the road. She's an amazing professional speaker. We'll probably have her appear on one of our calls. But she works so hard, and I would love nothing more than to be able to retire her and say, listen, you're done. Your house is paid for. I know that many of you probably would have a dream like that. I know we all have our different whys, but I encourage you to get real specific about what that looks like. There's a book that's out there that I'm a big fan of called Begin With Why. And it's Simon Sinek, and he says that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And I'm actually going to play you a video that I want you guys to see this morning, because it's a powerful video that's going to get you thinking along these lines of why you are here, and then we'll keep moving forward. So everybody turn your speakers up, and I want you guys to pay attention to this video, because it's an outstanding video called The Golden Circle.
Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean, what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning? And why should anyone care? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done. That's how most sales is done. And that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do. We say how we're different or how we better, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We have, we always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. What it proves to us is that people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products. In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat screen TVs. They've been making flat screen monitors for years. Nobody bought one. And Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. And they make great quality products, and they can make perfectly well-designed products, and nobody bought one. In fact, talking about it now, we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. When we communicate from the outside in, yes, people can understand vast amounts of complicated information like features and benefits and facts and figures. It just doesn't drive behavior. When we communicate from the inside out, we're talking directly to the part of the brain that controls behavior, and then we allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things we say and do. This is where gut decisions come from. You know, sometimes you can give somebody all the facts and your figures and they say, I know what all the facts and details say, but it just doesn't feel right. Why would we use that verb? It doesn't feel right, because the part of the brain that controls decision-making doesn't control language. And the best we can muster up is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Or sometimes you say you're leading with your heart or you're leading with your soul. Well, I hate to break it to you, those aren't other body parts controlling your behavior. It's all happening here in your limbic brain, the part of the brain that controls decision-making and not language. But if you don't know why you do what you do, and people respond to why you do what you do, then how will you ever get people to vote for you or buy something from you, or more importantly, be loyal?
I love that video. Think about that just for a moment. And as you think about your why, I want you to really get real clear on why you are doing what you are doing in this business. And as you start to get more and more clear about it, it's easier to start sharing your story with others, right? It's always facts tell and stories sell. So at the end of the day, you can go around and talk all day long about, yeah, we offer great mining equipment. We've got Forex education. We've got crypto education. But listen, that's not going to move anyone to action. And you know what? Facebook is full of people that are leading from the outside in. Here's what we do. We've got great products. And you know what? Here's how they work. But people are not leading from the inside out. And so I encourage you to get very, very clear on your why. At the end of the day, I teach and educate people about the power of cryptocurrency so they're in a better position to profit from it. You're going from the inside out. And so you've got to get really clear on your personal why so that you can start sharing your vision with others. Because at the end of the day, you guys, it's your vision that's going to attract people to your cause. Everybody wants to be a part of a cause. Everybody wants to be a part of a movement. So you have to learn how to inspire others. And the way that you do it is with your why, with your vision. You know, when you go out and start talking to people about where you've been. Listen, you know what? I used to work 50 hours a week, and I was gone all the time, and I was away from my family, and I never saw my children. And then you know what? I came across an opportunity to be able to start building residual income. And you know what? Since I've gotten started, all of a sudden I can see how over the next 1 to 2 years, I will be in a position where I no longer have to go to work. I can now spend time with my family. I'm now creating a residual income that allows me to be able to take vacations, to be able to enjoy my family. And you know what? I've never been more excited about life. You see, what you're doing is you're starting to share your vision with others. And it's that vision that's going to pull people in. That's how you inspire people to lead. But you can't, again, you've got to understand what that why is, so that you know why you're doing what you're doing, so you can go share it with others. So great book, begin with Simon Sinek. Definitely go check that out. So let's get into the plan of action today. So first of all, I want to talk about, we're going to put together a little fast track of success for you. So you're brand new. Where do you start? What do you do? So the first of all, what you have to understand is a sense of urgency. Success loves speed. Sense of urgency is your best friend in this business. You know, so many people get into network marketing and they're still launching. You know, they've been launching for the last year, the last 6 months, the last 3 years. And the truth is they've never really launched. Most people get into a network marketing business and they sign the contract, but they never launch their business. If all of us got together and we were to go open a brand new store, a brand new restaurant, we would put a lot of time and effort and energy into day one, right? Day one. And day one would be this huge launch. We'd have a ribbon cutting. We'd invite everybody that we know. And you know what? That is what most people do with traditional business. But for whatever reason, with network marketing, people sign the contract, they get into the business, but they don't really want anybody to know about it. They're like secret agent network marketers. Guys, if you treat this like a business, it'll pay you better than any business that you can imagine. You could go spend $2 million for a McDonald's franchise, and the average McDonald's franchisee owner makes about $25,000 to $30,000 per month. $2 million. Well, let me tell you something. We have people that are earning that here within the first 60 days, and it cost them $200 to start their business. So the truth is, this business will pay you just as good as any traditional business that you could ever imagine if you treat it like a business. So you've got to get that sense of urgency, that excitement, that enthusiasm. We are in the business of enthusiasm. So with that, first of all, first 72 hours of your business. Number one, you got to put together a names list. It's so cliche. I know that those of you that are in network marketing have heard about it 1,000 times, but this is one of the most important components to your entire business. You've got to have a names list. Let me tell you why. Because most people, they think of maybe 3, 4 people that they know that might want to do the business. Oh, you know what? Joe Bell, she's done these things before, and if I can just get Joe Bell into my business, I'll be successful. You know what? If I can just get, Richie Hood into my business, you know what? I'll be successful. So most people, they start to think of a few people in their mind. And hang on a second. We got a couple people that are unmuted here. Let me mute everybody. All right. So then what happens is they go reach out to those people. And in most cases, they haven't taken the time to learn the skills of how to contact them properly and invite them to take a look at the presentation. So they end up giving the presentation during the invitation, right? They end up throwing up on that person, and they're met with rejection. And so they talk to a few people. They don't like the way that it feels. And then what happens? A couple of weeks in, here's what they start telling themselves. Gosh, I've talked to everybody about my business and nobody's interested. And in reality, they've talked to maybe 3 or 4 people. Does that sound familiar? And anybody had anybody in their organization like that before? So here's the thing. You've got to have a names list. And one of the keys to developing a names list is you can't judge anybody because you just don't know who will and who won't. The people that I think are going to be amazing at this business, they don't do anything, or they're not interested. The people that surprise me are the ones, that I never thought would have joined the business, but you know what? They were open. For me, I was not interested in network marketing for over a year. The person kept inviting me. I wasn't interested, wasn't looking. And then my situation changed. And all of a sudden, I started looking for solutions. So you just never know when somebody's situation is going to completely change, turn upside down, where all of a sudden they're going to say, I need to make some more money. I need to replace that job. You just never know. So at the end of the day, you just got to put them on a list. You can't prejudge anyone. Now, I know that there are some trainings that are out there that say you got to have a list of at least 100 and 200 and 300. And yes, I do believe eventually that you should grow a very mature list. And the truth is the average person knows thousands of people, yet they have a hard time putting 20 people on a piece of paper. You know why? Because it's a belief issue. It's a belief issue, because if you truly believed that this was the opportunity that was going to allow you to go from where you are to where it is that you want to go, that's going to lead you to the promised land, the best opportunity on the planet to be able to create financial freedom for you and your family, you would tell everybody about it. You wouldn't hesitate. You would want everyone to know about it. So where does that belief come from? Plugging in. Plugging in, borrow my belief until your belief is there. Let me tell you something. This industry has absolutely transformed my life, given me my time freedom to be able to do what I want to do, allowing my family to be able to declare our financial freedom day, the day that we no longer have to trade time for dollars. We can do the things that we want to do rather than the things that we have to do. It's changed the lives of literally thousands and thousands of people that I personally know, and it can change your life as well. So you've got to start with that names list. And I would encourage you, just the first attempt, just to get to 50 names. Pull out your phone, go through A, go through Z. Every person on here probably has at least 50 names in their phone. In fact, most people have a couple hundred names on their phone, So start with A, go to Z, don't prejudge anybody, and just put their name on a list. Now, here's a promise that I'm going to make you, because I know that it can be intimidating when you're brand new and you're thinking, okay, if I put them on the list, then that means I'm going to have to contact him. And if I contact him, what are they going to think of me? And you know what? This person would never be interested in this business, and I don't want my mom to know I'm doing this. I know all of that starts going through your head the minute that you start creating a names list. So I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to just understand something. You only have one objective here. You're not going to have to call and try to sell people something. You're not going to have to call and try to convince people to do anything. You're not going to have to call someone and try and beg them to do anything. That's not your role. That's not your responsibility. You only have one responsibility as a network marketing professional, and that is to notify people of what you're up to and invite them to take a closer look. It's up to them to decide if it's a good fit or not. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't even have to be the one that presents to them. You just have to notify people of what you're up to and invite them to take a look. That's all you have to do. So when you're putting this names list together, I want you to let go of that anxiety, let go of that stress, let go of the prejudging and all of that, and just say, listen, number one objective is to get the names that are out in my head on paper. So you go through your phone, number one. Number two, go through your emails. Number three, get on social media. Who do you interact with the most? Go through your, the last history of the last, 90 days and see who you're interacting with. And as you start to compile this list, that's step number one. And once you've got the 50, then what I want you to do, so this is all within the first 72 hours that you launch your business, okay? So the first thing that I want you to do is you've got that names list of 50 people, and then I want you to identify who are the top 20 people that are on your list. Top 20, what I want you to do is I want you to identify 10 friends and family members, okay, and 10 influencers. Okay, another name for friends and family members, it could be, I call them the soda pop people. Who are the soda pop people in your life? These are the people that literally could come over to your house, walk in the front door, not have to knock at it, go to the fridge, grab a soda, and sit down on the couch. Who are those people that are in your life? Who would you call at 2 o'clock in the morning if you've got a flat tire and you needed some help? Who are those people? Why? Because those are the people that are going to be most likely to at least take a look at what it is that you're doing. So start with your top 20 people, your top 10 influencers, and 10 friends and family members, okay? So we've got number one, friends list. Number two, I had to change colors. My blue was dying on me. So number two is to identify your top 20. There's a secret to success in network marketing, right? Success loves speed. Who are the most influential people that you know? A lot of times in network marketing, we start asking ourselves, who are the brokest people that I know? Who needs this? Who's super broke? Well, listen, no offense. And I want to help everybody. And we're going to give everybody an opportunity to take a look at what we're doing. But in some cases, there's a reason why Uncle Joe is broke. So we tend to want to call the brokest people that we know, and because we want to serve and we want to help. But listen, the influential people, the movers and shakers, the busiest people that you know, believe it or not, they're busy for a reason because they're always looking for opportunities. So identify your top 20 people, 10 influencers, and 10 friends and family members. And then number three, you're going to follow the scripts that we have created for you, that we have posted for you in our Facebook team page. You can go to our Facebook team page. In fact, I'll take you over there right now so you can see exactly where they are. So Eric Rory has taken some time to put together some amazing scripts. And if you're not using these scripts to invite people to take a look at your business, then you're overcomplicating the process. I promise you. So let me show you how easy this is. Share my screen here. So if you're a new member, we have a team page. It's called Crypto Club on Facebook. And here on Crypto Club, we've got all kinds of resources and information. This pinned post right here is a wealth of knowledge. So you can come onto our pinned post and you can see all of the, a lot of different scripts, a lot of the different trainings and links that are available to you. So a lot of great information that's here. But if you go over here to the left-hand side of the page, you'll see files. And when you click on files, you'll see our latest updated presentations, but you'll see the Eric Rory scripts. And every single one of you should be using these scripts. These scripts are proven, they work. And let me show you an example of exactly how it works. So there's really 8 key steps to contacting and inviting somebody to taking a look at your business. 8 steps. The first step is always be in a hurry. This is a psychological issue. If you're in a hurry, what you're letting people know right up front is, I don't have time to give you all of the details. I don't have time to answer questions. You have an objective when you're reaching out to someone. It's just to invite them to take a look at some information, some materials. That's it. So always be in a hurry. Step 2 is compliment the prospect. Why? Because people are more receptive to do what you ask them to do if you compliment them. Number 3 is making the invitation. One size doesn't fit all, and I'll show you that in a moment. If I would you, 4 of the most powerful words in network marketing. And I'll explain how that works. Get a time commitment, confirm, get a time and number, and get off the phone. So let me give you an example of how it works. So step number 1, this is a psychological issue. People are always more attracted to a person who's busy and they have things that are going on. If you start every call, every face-to-face conversation with the feeling that you're in a hurry, you'll find that your invitations will be shorter, there's gonna be less questions, and people will respect you and your time much more. So for warm market, you might just say something like, hey, listen, Mike, I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important that I reach out to you. What am I telling Mike? I'm saying, listen, I don't have much time to get into this, but this is really important. The information I'm about to share with you is very important. Listen, I got a million things going on, but I'm glad that I caught you. Listen, I've only got 2 minutes. I'm running out the door, but I needed to talk to you really quick. Okay. This will work for any of those top 20 people that you have on your list. Any of those top 20 people, okay? So that's step number one. And there's even some cold market opportunities here. You might look at the waiter and say, listen, I have to run, but so you start off with them being in a hurry, and then you go into step number two and you compliment the prospect. Listen, Mike, you've been wildly successful, and I've always respected the way that you've done business. You've always been so supportive of me, and I appreciate that so much. That would work for a close friend or family member. Listen, you're one of the most connected people that I know, and I've always admired that about you. That would work great for those 10 influencers. Listen, you're one of the most important people in my life, and I really trust your instincts. That would work for one of the top 10 friends and family members. Listen, I was thinking, who are the sharpest people that I know? And I immediately thought of you. Again, that would work for one of those top 10 influencers. So you see, guys, how simple this is. So then you go on to step 3 and you make the invitation. And the invitation, one size doesn't fit all. This is why you have to do this individually. Big hint here, or big tip here, do not ever just send a mass email out to everybody on your names list and say, listen, I'm so excited about this new opportunity and you got to take a look at this. It doesn't work. Every single person has to be approached individually. Why? Because every single relationship is different. And if you don't want to come across as spammy and you want to come across as a professional, then you want to take the time to approach each person individually and put some thought into how you're going to approach each person individually. So for warm market, you might just say something like, listen, I found something that you really need to see. That would work great for those top friends and family members. If I called my brother up, hey, listen, Mike, I've only got a quick second. I'm in a hurry. Listen, I respect your opinion. I found something you need to see. I've got something that you need to take a look at. Listen, I'm launching a new business and I really want you to take a look at it. When I thought of the people who could make an absolute fortune with a business that I found, I thought of you. Hey, listen, if I told you there was a way to increase your cash flow without jeopardizing what you're doing right now, would you be interested? Listen, I teamed up with a company that is opening and expanding here in the Phoenix area. And I've got something exciting and you're one of the first people that I've called. So you get an idea. You look at these scripts and decide which would work based on that scenario. And then once you've done that, and there's all kinds of cold markets, there's indirect scripts here. Indirect scripts are usually good for people that maybe they're on your chicken list. Maybe it's those influencers. Hey, listen, I just started a new business and I'm scared to death. Before I get going, I need to practice on somebody friendly. Would you mind if I practiced on you? That would work for a friend. Hey, listen, I found a business I'm really excited about, but what do I know? You have so much experience. Would you be willing to just take a look at it for me? And if I made it easy for you and just let me know what you think? The objective is the same. The objective is always just to get them to take a look at one of our presentations. That is your main responsibility. Your job is just to contact them and invite them to watch a presentation. That's it. And then once you do that, we move on to the next step, which is if I would you. And here's the thing. This builds value in what you're offering. You're not going to offer your third-party tool, which in our case is a presentation, unless they agree to do something in return. You see, if I walked up to you and held up this marker in front of you and said, listen, if I were to give you this, your natural instinct would be to reach out and grab it. But if I said, if I was going to give you this, would you be willing to try it out for a week? Now what I'm suggesting is I'm not going to give this to you unless you do something in return. What that does is it conveys value. So listen, if I sent you a presentation that laid out all the information in a very professional way, would you watch it? If I, sent you a link to an on-demand presentation that explains a little bit more about what I'm working on, would you be willing to take a look at it and let me know what you think? Pretty simple. And then you just get a time commitment. They say, yeah, I could watch it. I say, cool. When do you think you can watch the DVD for sure? I could watch it tonight. When do you think you might be able to watch that link or that presentation? Oh, I could watch it tonight. So then you just confirm. Great. So if I called you tomorrow, you'll have had a chance to watch it? Yeah. Okay, great. What time tomorrow, what number and what time is best for me to call? Great. Get off the phone. Now, I'm going to just role play this with you so you can hear how quick that this goes. So you understand that this is not rocket science here. So Richie Hood, are you available by chance? If I unmute you, Richie, are you available?
Yes.
All right. So Richie, I'm going to role play with you, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to reach out to Richie. I ring him up and, hey, Richie, how you doing today? What's going on this Saturday for you?
Oh, man, just hanging out with family.
Awesome. Well, listen, I've only got a quick minute. I'm glad that I've caught you. Richie, listen, I have always respected you in business. Everything that you've done has just always been successful. That's something that I've admired about you. Listen, I've recently come across something that I'm pretty excited about, and I want to share it with you. If I sent you over a short presentation that explained a little bit more about what I'm working on, would you be willing to take a look at it and let me know what you think?
Sure.
Cool. If I send it over today, when do you think you might be able to watch it?
I could probably watch it in the next hour or so.
All right, awesome. So if I called you back on Monday morning, would that give you enough time to watch it?
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. What time on Monday works best for you?
Let's do it about mid-morning, say 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Awesome. Is this number the best number to reach you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, Richie, listen, enjoy your family. I've got to run. I've got a bunch more people I've got to get in touch with today. I will give you a call on Monday morning, 10 o'clock. Thanks so much for your help.
Sounds good.
Boom. Check that one off the list. All I'm doing is I'm moving them to a third-party tool. That's all we're doing, guys. And these scripts make it really easy. You guys should have these scripts printed out in front of you and go and use these scripts. And I can promise you that the biggest mistake that most people make in network marketing is that they overcomplicate the process. They're overcomplicating the process. They're saying, if you're speaking, then you should be pointing at a third-party tool. If you're see, most people want to start, well, listen, I've gotten involved in cryptocurrency, and you know what, it's mining, and they start giving the presentation in the invitation. But here's the problem. What happens is they give just enough information for somebody to form an opinion, but that opinion is not based on all the facts. So what we want to do is we want to get them in front of all of the information so that they can do what? We can get a well-informed decision. If we were talking about funneling here, your funnel, at the end of the day, it looks like this. When you're launching your business, you've got a funnel and you've got a couple of different exposures. So that first exposure might be just a simple, 2-minute teaser video about mining. And then it might be a 30-minute presentation. And then it might be a 3-way call, 3-way Zoom. And ultimately the goal is what? To collect a decision. That's what your job is. Network marketing professionals, they collect decisions. That's what we're working on. So how do we get them to make a well-informed decision? Because here's the problem. The problem is as soon as somebody hears these initials, MLM, their mind just immediately goes to this place where they're like, not interested, no thanks, not interested at all. It's one of those things. Right? It's one of the most misunderstood businesses in the world. So we have to take people through a process of education so that they can give us a well-informed decision. So it might start with a 2-minute video that just kind of, hey, listen, you know what? I've got something that I'm working on, Richie, that I'm really excited about. I'd love to just give you a little, just a 3-minute video I'd love to share with you. If I send it over, would you be willing to watch it? Let me know what you think. He says, sure. So now I send that over to him, and then I turn around and follow up with him and say, hey, Richie, did you watch that video? Yeah, I did. Hey, listen. What did you like best about it? And he says, well, you know what? I liked, it seems kind of intriguing to me, seems kind of exciting to me. And I says, well, listen, Richie, let me ask you another question. Are you making more money than you can spend right now? Richie laughs and says, no, I wish I was. I said, okay, cool. Are you open to making more money? He says, well, yeah. I say, okay, cool. Well, listen, reason why I ask is because I'd love to share a presentation with you that explains a little bit more about how the business works. Now, listen, it may be a good fit for you, may not. It doesn't matter to me if you choose to get involved, but it does matter that you take a look because you're my friend. And the last thing that I want is for you to come back a year from now and say, why in the world didn't you tell me about this? So if I send you that presentation, would you be willing to take a look at it? Let me know what you think. Sure. Okay, great. I go through that same process. Now, some people I bypass the 2 minutes. And in fact, most of my people I send directly to the 30-minute presentation, just so you guys know, that's my first exposure tool. So what happens is now they see this presentation, and you'll notice my funnel is getting smaller because what happens? Some people remove themselves from after they see it. They're not interested, and that's okay. That's totally okay. But then from there, we do a 3-way call, and we answer their questions. We take them through the process. We show them the spreadsheet if they're interested in mining. We make sure that they get their questions answered so that what? We can collect a decision. And sometimes there has to be a few more exposures in here. And in most cases, it takes 4 to 5 exposures before somebody usually is ready to give you a decision. So how I use our call schedule, just so you guys know, we have a call schedule. We have calls going on every day of the week in every time zone that you can imagine. So we've got calls except for Sundays. So we have calls that are going on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the United States, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern. We've got calls that are going on twice a week in Australia time. We've got calls going on in UK 3 times a week. We've got calls going on where else? In Latin America that are happening in Spanish twice a week, all done here at Crypto Club, just on our team, from our leadership all around the world. So how do I use those calls? So here's what will happen. So I might put Richie in process. He might watch this presentation, and then I haven't really been able to, maybe we have a 3-way call, but Richie hasn't given me a decision yet. you get a lot of people that are just kind of on the fence, but they haven't given you that decision, right? I want to collect a decision. So what I would do is I would drip on them. I'd come back and say, hey, Richie, listen, tonight there's this presentation happening. You know what? There's a girl named Tiffany that's hosting the presentation. She's a millennial. Most people, cryptocurrency think that it's a man's business, but she's this, crypto lady boss. She got involved in 90 days. She's absolutely crushing it. And she's going to share her story tonight. Do you want to listen in? And so I'll maybe hit them up on Facebook in the inbox and they'll say, sure, yeah, I'll listen in. So I use our calls as just those next exposure tools. And your job is just to move them from one exposure to the next in as short a period of time as possible. That's your job as a network marketing professional. Why? So you can collect a decision. That's the ultimate objective. So going back to our steps now for just a moment here. Now I can get out our scripts. So you guys use those scripts. They're valuable. They work. This Eric Worre is kind of the grandfather of network marketing, if you will. And he knows a lot more. So don't reinvent the wheel. He knows a lot more than we do. He's made millions of dollars in this industry. Just follow the scripts that he's put out for us. So again, if you're following, we've got first 72 hours. Number 1 on that list is we need a names list with a minimum of 50 people. Number 2 on that list is we need top 20. Okay? That's 10 friends and family members and 10 influencers. Okay, this is all in your first 72 hours that you're launching a business. Number 3 on that list is, again, follow the scripts. Follow the scripts and invite those top 20 people just to watch your presentation. Let them know what you're up to. You just launched a business. You're excited. Even if you didn't get all 8 steps out and all you said was, hey, listen, Richie, I'm glad that I caught you. Hey, listen, I'm working on something I'm excited about. I want to share it with you, and I really want to get your opinion. I trust you. I respect you, and I just would love for you to take a look at this and just tell me what you think. If I sent you a presentation, would you be willing to watch it? If that's all you did is just said, I'm excited, and I want to share it with you, will you take a look at it? You're going to get some people that say yes, especially from those top 20 people. So from there, the next thing you're going to do is, and we suggest this, get yourself on the all-in pack. You know what? There's a lot of people that come in and they're spending $50 to join the business and they're getting a position, but they're not a product of the product. The number one key to success in business is to be a product of the product. You've got to get on one of either our crypto one, I recommend the all-in pack. And let me tell you why, because it gets you access to the Forex products. It gets you access to the crypto products, and it gets you access to our financial fitness product, which I got to tell you guys is outstanding. The more that I start playing with that budgeting tool and starting to use that and get control of your finances, it helps you to reduce debt. It gets you access to our products. How can you successfully go out and talk about our products if you're not a product of the product? And so get in on the all-in pack, and that also gets you access to our VIP coaching program. So for those that are wanting to be coached in this business, we have a call that we do every Friday. If you can't make the live call, we send the recording out. It's a much higher level coaching call that you now get access to. And so you get access to all of that. So that would be step number 4 is call corporate offices and tell them that you want to upgrade to the all-in pack. And then number 5 is schedule a launch call, right? Schedule your launch call. Get this done, schedule it within the first 72 hours with your upline. What's a launch call? It's you basically talking to these top 20 people and saying, listen, I'm going to be hosting a call on Tuesday night where I'm inviting some close friends and close family members to give them a first look at what it is that I'm doing. We're going to explain in greater detail exactly what's happening right now and why I'm so excited. And because I care about you, and because you're close to me, and because I respect your opinion, I would really appreciate it if you would come and just take a look and listen to what we're doing. Schedule a launch call. This is your business. Launch your business. There's got to be some sense of urgency there. If you truly want to be successful in this business, launch your business. And then number 6 is get registered for the event. We have an event coming up in August. It's in Las Vegas. Why? Because leaders are born at events. That's where major decisions are made. That's where you gain the belief and the confidence and the competence to go grow your business. So if I'm looking to be successful in this business, this is what I'm doing right away. I joined the business, I enrolled. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to follow these steps exactly within the first 72 hours. Now, 7 days, first 7 days in your business. If you implement the steps that we just shared with you, the first 7 days, the key is you want to fill your top 3 spots. Those 3 spots. These are like oceanfront property. When they are gone, they're gone. These are like oceanfront property. What I mean by that, it means that everybody that comes into the business from that point forward is going to go below these people. And these people can actually benefit from the volume that is being placed below them. So these 3 positions, guys, like get these, I would get these knocked out in today. Like literally, I'd call friends and family members and they'll say, listen, you know what? I don't have a lot of time to get into greater detail right now, but I need you to understand something. I'm launching a business. I have 3 key positions. These positions are literally going to sit on top of everything that I do from this point forward. Now, I've got about 20 people that I'm going to be calling. You're one of the first people that I call to have your name on one of these positions. It's $219. Again, I don't have time to get into all the details right now. I can send you a presentation that explains a little bit more. But what I need to know is do you want your name on one of these positions? The people that choose to lock arms with me today are going to benefit tremendously from my future efforts. So tell me yes, tell me no, tell me fast, because I got to go. I got 20 other people that I'm going to call, and I've only got 3 positions available. I'm going to be filling them by noon today. Do you want your name on one of those positions, Sean? Yes or no? Sense of urgency. It creates value. So in the first 7 days, get these 3 positions filled. I promise you that if you just follow the top 20 and go through those scripts, if all you did is just call those scripts, you're going to get your 3 people that are either A, interested in education, B, interested in mining, or C, interested in joining the business. If all you did is you just followed the steps that we outlined for you, 10 friends and family members, 10 influencers, and went through the process, you'll find those 3. For me, what I did literally is I made a short list of about 20 people. And again, I called those people up and I just said, listen, I'm launching a business. This is going to be the biggest thing that I've ever done before. And the people that choose to lock arms with me now are going to benefit tremendously from my future efforts. I only have 3 positions and I'm literally going to fill those positions this morning. I've got a short list of people that I'm calling. To have your name on one of those positions, it's $219. Now, listen, I don't have time to get into all the details right now of what I'm working on. I can get you all the information later. But what I need you to understand is these people are going to benefit from everything that happens in my business from this point forward. Now, listen, I need to know right now, do you want your name on one of those positions? Tell me yes, tell me no, tell me fast, because I got to go because I got 19 more people that I'm calling. Are you in or are you out? Guys, people, I promise you're going to go, I'm in. If you're this excited about it, I'm in. And if they say, well, listen, I need more information, I'll say, great, no problem. If I send you over a presentation, will you watch it? Let me know what you think. Listen, I can't guarantee that I'll still have one of these 3 positions available, and I will try and get back to you next week when things slow down a little bit. Right now, things are going crazy. I'm just launching the business. I've got tons of people that are calling. I don't even have time I've got to get off the line and get a hold of some other people. So I can't promise you I'll still have one of these 3 positions available, but yes, I can send you a presentation, and I will circle back around with you as soon as things slow down just a little bit. I promise you at the very least, you're going to create enough curiosity that they're going to want to watch that presentation. So at the end, what I would say is I'll send you that presentation. If you decide you want one of those positions, text me within the next few hours. So again, it's creating that sense of urgency. Okay, so 7 days. You want the first step in the 7 days is you want to fill those top 3 positions. And the way that you do that at the very least is follow just the top 20 that we've laid out for you. Okay, this is called generator. So you want to become a generator. Why? Because guess what? That all-in pack that you upgraded to is now free. So now you're getting your product for free. So you no longer have to pay for the $199 per month to get access to all of the resources that are available to you. So why do we set you up on week 1 to get that all-in product so that you can get access to all the products so that you're competent with them so you can go share them. And then by the end of the first 7 days, we've already put you into a position where you're now getting your product for free. The only other step here, so we've got get your 3, become a generator, and then second step on here is get plugged in. Get on the calls, you guys. Those calls, they're there for you. right? There's a saying in this business, those that show up, move up. When you're on the calls, what's happening is you're learning the lingo, you're learning the language, you're feeling the beliefs from some of the top leaders in our team. As you continue to stay plugged in, guess what you're going to learn to do? You're going to learn how to present. There's a saying in this industry, he who holds the marker or she who holds the marker makes the most money. So how do you learn to present? By getting on the calls. You learn from spaced repetition, hearing things over and over and over again. And things are constantly changing, right? Things are always changing. The presentations are always changing. So you want to stay plugged into the calls. And it's also part of being a team and a community, right? You know, I always teach people that you can't lead an army until you lead yourself first, right? Leader of one, leader of many. If you can't lead one, you can't lead any. You've got to be able to lead yourself first. And that means leading yourself means getting on the calls and show up and being a part of the team. Everybody in this team, if you truly want to be successful, needs to subscribe to the notion that you're a leader, and leaders lead out front. They lead by example. They show up and they support the community and the organization. So you got to get plugged into our call schedule. It's the lifeline to your business. Now, I understand you can't make every call. You know, I totally get that. But I'll tell you this, I intend on getting on every call. I'm on 90% of the calls. I intend on getting on 100% of them. Every now and then, my schedule doesn't permit. Something happens, a call goes over and I can't get on. But for the most part, those calls, I'm on 90% of them. Why? Because I would never ask my team to do something that I wouldn't do, and because I want them. People don't do what they see. People don't do what you tell them. They do what they see. People do what they see, not what they're told. That's what I'm trying to say. People do what they see, not what they're told. I'll get it out right, Sean. Don't laugh at me. So listen. You got to lead out front. So get plugged into the call schedule. So that's the first 7 days. So again, get your 3. You want to become a generator and you want to get plugged in. And then in the first 30 days, what we want is we want to get to the point now where you're falling into a 5 to 10 a day contacts to in play. 5 to 10 contacts, new invitations per day. And out of that, you get 2 of them in play. Now, I'll tell you, with cryptocurrency, because of how hot this conversation is and people are really interested in it, you contact 5 to 10, you're going to find twice as many as this. But the goal is out of those people that you're talking to and you're inviting, right, you're basically talking to 5 to 10 people, and the goal is to at least get 2 people to watch your presentation. Those numbers are very, very low. If you follow those scripts, you're probably going to find that if you talk to 10, you're going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 5 to 7 that's at least willing to watch that first presentation. And then from there, 2 of them will move on. So the key is if you want to go sponsor 10 people in your first month, which would put you into the top 10% of this company and probably go make a few $1,000s in your first month, then you just it's just a numbers game, right? If I put 100 people in, 50 of them are going to move on. Out of those 50, 25 of them are going to have a conversation with them. And out of those 25, 10 of those easily are going to join my business in some capacity. Now, with our business and with cryptocurrency, those numbers, these are traditional network marketing numbers. As we have a product that people look at and go, this is a no-brainer. Why wouldn't I do this? We have a product that is so hot that all you have to do is open your mouth and say, listen, I'm involved with cryptocurrency. And people go, really? And it sparks up a conversation. So again, you want to follow. So in the 30 days, you want to get into it's daily consistency. It's just about putting people in process daily. If you did this consistently 5 days a week and you did that for the first year, guys, it only takes in our plan 350 people in our organization to be a 6-figure earner. 350 people. That's it. You only need 12 people, including yourself, to get to $500 a month residual income, $6,000 a year. Do you guys realize that any other traditional network marketing company, if you just go look at a standard binary, you need 100 to 120 people in a downline to create a $500 a month residual check. You can do it here in 12. I guarantee you will not find another network marketing company that you can create a residual $500 a month check with 12 people in the downline. And I guarantee if you do the math and you keep going out, you will not find a company that you only need 350 people in your organization to get to 6 figures. Most companies, you need well over 1,000, anywhere between 1,200 and 1,500. So this is all you need to get to a 6-figure income. So how do you do that? Right here, just 5 to 10 a day. You know what? If I'm part-time and I only have 30 minutes a day, you heard my call to Richie, that took 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So if I literally buckle down and I say, okay, between 1 and 1:30, I'm not going to take any calls. I'm not going to get distracted. I'm not going to get on social media. That's my time to prospect, and I'm going to put 5 people in process today, and then I'm good. That's it, guys. That's all we're doing. So 5 to 10 per day, 2 in play. Now, why do I say 5 to 10? Well, the question is, are you a leader, and do you want to go fast or do you want to go slow? That's your decision, right? Because at the end of the day, if you want to exponentially grow your business, just double the numbers. You know, do you want to go part-time or do you want to get to full-time much faster? So it's really up to you on how quickly that you want to launch your business. Now, from there, the next thing that you want to do, so that's number 1. This is your 30-day plan. So 5 to 10 a day, 2 in play. Number 2 is you want to become a business builder. You want to become a business builder. How do you do that? You've already got your 3, right? We did that in your first week. So now the goal is just to help those 3 over the next 3 weeks get their 3, okay? Minimum of 12 people in your organization, including you, and you are now making $500 a month residually, $6,000 a year residually. So business builder. And by the way, you don't necessarily, this is one way to do it. It's 1,300 in sales volume. So you could technically sponsor 3 people, and if all of them did mining contracts, $5,000 mining contracts, you'd be a business builder. You don't even need, this is just one way to get there. This is if every one of these people were on the minimum product of 100 in sales volume. So step number 2 is to become a business builder within your first 30 days. Step number 3, order your mining contract. Step number 3, order your mining contract. Okay, why? Because it is so much more powerful to say, listen, let me show you these daily deposits that I'm getting every single day. There's nothing more impactful when it comes to recruiting and mining. I've showed my Coinbase back office probably 1,000 times already. You know, you need to be able to speak from a place of confidence that this works. You know, I show people, listen, I'm getting over 2.3 Ethereum every single month. Every single month. I make over $2,000 in Ethereum based on today's values every single month right now based on my mining contracts. And I show them, look, if I would have had that same $25,000 in a bank account, I'd be getting about $1.30 in interest every month. So I show them that, and that has become probably the most valuable recruiting tool that I have. So get some type of a mining contract set up. Doesn't matter what level, just get something set up so that you're starting to take advantage of some of these different income producing assets that we have. So again, number 1 on your 30 days is 5 to 10 invites per day, 2 in play. Number 2 is become a business builder within your first 30 days, which is 1,300 in sales volume. Number 3 is ordering a mining contract. And number 4, and this is a new one, schedule a crypto education event in your hometown. Schedule a crypto event in your hometown. I promise you that people are curious about this conversation. And if you promoted it and you put it, maybe some, you know, an ad in a local paper, maybe you host it at a restaurant and you invite people to come for lunch, and, you know, you work it out in advance with the restaurant owners, and it's $5 to $7 a head. And maybe you invite, 30 people, and maybe it costs you $100 to pay for everybody's lunch. Now they get a free lunch if they come down. You know, an executive lunch is sometimes good to do because people are at work. They got to eat lunch anyways. And have them come down and learn about crypto. And if you don't want to give the presentation, we'll do it for you. All you need to do is make sure there's an internet connection, and you can bring us on just like you're seeing us right now, and put it up on a big screen, and we'll do the presentation for you. That's a great way to get your business going in month 2. Is schedule a crypto event and invite friends and family members and have them come down and say, listen, you know what? I've gotten involved in cryptocurrency. I've gone from just kind of being interested to dabbling to really getting excited about this, and I'm learning a lot. So we're going to have an educational seminar where we're going to talk about where it started, how people are getting involved, who's getting involved, how it's impacting the world, how people are making money. People are really curious about it, and I'd love it if you'd come down and just learn and support me. Schedule a crypto event. So that's your first 30 days. So you schedule this in your first 30 days, get this scheduled for month 2. So in month 2, you've got another event that you can start building to. So I'm going to recap everything, and we're going to put this together in a nice presentation for you guys in a slideshow and in a checklist so you have it all. But the fast track to success, again, first 72 hours, names list, 50 names minimum. Okay, if you're brand new, that's the first thing that you want to do. Second thing, identify your top 20. That is your 10 influencers and your 10 friends and family members. Third thing, Invite those 20 people to take a look at what you're doing. Use the Eric Worre scripts that we have in our back office. Just follow the scripts, print them out, follow the scripts just verbatim. Even the last page of those scripts gives you an opportunity for each prospect to go in and fill in what you're going to say before you even call the prospect. I would recommend that you do that. Okay, step number 4 in the first 72 hours, set up your all-in pack. Why? Because you want to be a product of the product. I've never met anybody that went to the top of the compensation plan that is not on the monthly products. You know, I see a lot of people coming in on $50 and not setting up their products. And it's like, there's no volume flowing for anybody. You're not creating any stories. You're not like, that's the key to success in this business. Get yourself on a product. And if you follow our proven plan of success, you're going to get that product paid for before even next month. What that also does is put you into the VIP coaching program where you're going to get access to coaching that literally I have charged thousands of dollars a month for in the past, absolutely free, on top of our traditional coaching system or our call system that we already have just by being on the all-in pack. The next thing is to schedule a launch call. You know, listen, is it going to be one day or is this going to be day one? It's your decision. You know, one day is, oh, I'll get to it one day. Day one is, listen, next Tuesday is my launch. And what's the purpose of that? Just to notify people of what you're up to and invite them to take a look. That's it. To notify people of what you're up to and invite them to take a closer look. Let them know that you're excited about something. That's it. Okay. So, and then the next thing is get registered for our event coming up in August. Why? Because events are where leaders are born. You got to go to the events. You got to get plugged in. You've got to see firsthand the social proof that people are winning here. You guys realize that, you know, if you just go to our team, our page for our company page on Facebook, there were so many people that were recognized last month. There are dozens of people in this company that are earning anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 a month bonuses every single month. So you need to go to the events so you can see that these people are just like you, because it's social proof that, look, if they can do it, I can too. Okay, so that's your first 72 hours. First 7 days, fill those top 3 spots. You know, in fact, I'd challenge you to get it done today. For those of you that are really serious about it, get it done. You got 3 top positions. Who wouldn't want those positions, especially if you sell the vision of what you're about to go and do and let them know how excited you are? Get those 3 positions filled so that your product is free. Okay, next thing after that, and you do that within the first 7 days, you're going to be a generator at that point. You now have a free product credit. You don't even have to worry about the all-in anymore. And then you just need to stay plugged into the call schedule. You need to stay plugged in, make sure that you're on the calls and you're bringing your new people onto the calls as well. And then in the first 30 days, 5 to 10 invites per day, 2 in play. That's the name of the game. 5 to 10 a day, 2 in play, and you do that at least 5 days a week. From there, go business builder. In that first month, go business builder so that you're already making $500 a month of residual income. So why? Because we can recognize you. That gives you credibility. With credibility, you have solvency. Without it, you're bankrupt. You know, when we can recognize you on social media that you're having success, your people and your followers and your friends go, wow, she's having some success over there. He's having some success over there. I want to know a little bit more about what this crypto thing is he's doing. So let them, show them, right? Show them how it's done. And then finally, order your mining contract. Get set up on a mining contract so that you are a true product of the product and you can use that as a resource to go show people this works. Getting daily deposits every single day. And then finally, schedule a crypto education event for month 2 in your local community. And if you can, you know, you think you can get 100 people there, then we'll even come out and do a live meeting for you. But I would recommend starting with maybe having some type of an online Zoom first and getting a good group there and then growing from that. And then we will do a live event from that point forward. So guys, that's the first 30 days to success in this business. We'll, like I said, we're going to be getting this moved into more of a systematic format for you with a checklist and some things, but wanted to go through this with you today so that you have a very clear plan, proven plan of success of exactly what you need to do to be successful. You know, I'll caution you again, don't reinvent the wheel. Just follow the steps and you will have the success that you're looking for in this business. So that's all we've got for you guys. I appreciate everybody being here today. And with that, let's go out and dream big. Let's work hard. Let's go change some lives. We'll get this recording up shortly for those that couldn't be here this morning. And with that, we'll see you guys soon. Anybody have anything they want to add or anything they want to share before we wrap up? I will let you guys unmute so that if anybody has anything that they want to share or add. Yep, you're able to add. Anybody have anything they want to share? Any of the other leaders want to jump on? Or any questions at all? We silenced the crowd today. I like it. Are you guys able to mute? Let me make sure you're able to unmute. Mute all. Yep, you can unmute. Anybody?
Hey, Travis.
Yes, yes,
Robert.
yes. Hello, Bruce. What's up, my
Hey,
friend?
I'm looking real bad. That's why you can't see me.
No worries, brother. How are you?
I'm great. Listen, I like the thing about the crypto education event.
Mm-hmm.
Where, and what equipment would I need to have there at that particular venue for you guys to do that presentation?
All you need is a computer that essentially connects to either a TV monitor. So you would just need whatever the cord is, depending on whether you're using a PC, which is probably an HDMI, or whatever cord that comes out of your MacBook or Apple connects directly to the TV, and you're mirroring the screen, and that's it. Other than that, you just need internet connection so that you basically would just be logging into the Zoom the same way that you always do, just like you are now. And then it would just be up on the TV, and we would be doing a presentation just like we're doing now, and the people in the room would be watching. So you would introduce the speaker. So whoever's going to be doing that presentation for you, let's say it's me, you'd take a minute or two, let people know that you're excited and you've gotten involved with this and that you've set up a mining contract and you've gotten some great results. And then you would properly introduce the speaker, and then boom, we'll come in and do the rest of it for you.
Great, buddy. Sounds good to me, man. Sounds real good. Enjoyed it.
Hey,
Enjoyed yesterday also, too. Thank you, man.
You bet. Anybody else have any other questions or any other thoughts, comments? Okay, I think we're good. All right, guys, let's go out and we've got about 10 days left of the month. So, you still have 10 days left here to really go push hard and make sure that you hit those goals this month. Every one of you minimum should be a generator by the end of this month. And I would recommend really pushing for Business Builder so that you get to that point where you're now getting that $500 bonus plus your referral commissions on top of that. Every one of you should have that in your sights. Put that on your refrigerator, put that on your mirror in your bathroom. Know exactly what it's going to take to get there. You need 3 or you need 12 plus you. Let's get it done. 12 days left in the month, by the way. So there you go. I gave you an extra day. Joe, anything you wanted to add?
Travis, I can never get off one of these phone calls without thanking you and Summer for the leap you took to start something new, and so everything you tell us, great reminders for those of us who have been in the industry for a while. It's great new knowledge for those folks who are joining us in this endeavor, this opportunity, this adventure. And I'm blessed to be a little bit closer to you. And so I just want to testify right here that you are doing everything you ask us to do. You've done it, you've tested it. And when we've seen it needs a bit of improvement or a bit of tweaking, you've done that as well. So I just want to say, I'm going to stick as close to you, your training as possible, and ask and just encourage everyone else to do the same. I'm honored to be here, appreciate the time you give to each of us and the rest of the leadership on this team, that they are honest to God. We're taking what you do, the system of Kuvera, and we're trying to duplicate it, replicate it with simplicity and consistency. And I tell you what, blessed. Thank you. And just want to encourage everyone else. I'm writing notes like a crazy person. I redo my notes. I rewatch when you recorded so I can play back and get the little pieces I missed. And I visualize my team, my life in the next few years. And makes me cry. Thank you, always.
Appreciate you, Joe. Just so everybody knows, the big push that I'm making right now is the first 90 days. I think we did a great job of bringing in customers. We focused so much on crypto mining that we brought in like 90% customers. Like most of the people that came in were customers that wanted to get into our mining program. And, we did almost 1,000 of those. So congratulations. I mean, well over $1.5 million in sales, which is crazy. But what I'd like to see over the next 90 days I don't want to necessarily lose the emphasis on bringing in customers, because customers are the lifeblood of the business. But what I want to do is start focusing a little bit more on the business side and bringing in some business professionals as well. So you guys have noticed we've changed the presentation to be geared a little bit more towards business builders. And the next 90 days, just so you know what my focus is to go out and bring business builders into the people that want to lock arms with me. They know that we're just launching this. They know the timing of cryptocurrency. They want to get involved. They want to make some money. And so the presentations are reflecting that. You'll notice those changes in the presentations. The system is reflecting that, because now we have a duplicatable system, again, 72 hours, 7 days, 30 days, exactly what to do. You'll see some new spreadsheets and checklists that'll come out. And very soon after that, you'll see a powerful system that will support this 30-day launch system to help you launch all of your brand new people. So that's the direction that we're going here. And the focus right now is business builders. Let's go out and find people that want to lock arms with us, that want to go build a business around the world. So anyways, that's all I've got, you guys. I've got to jump off here, but thanks so much for tuning in. Let's have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys on Monday night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.